Well, hello everybody, it's Bella here to do her flip through of her 3 journals, and I'm in my crafty studio this afternoon, and I'm Bella from RachandBellaCrafts. So let's begin, shall we? I just want to say hello to Christina from Christina's Creations, and she asked me to play with paints, which I did yesterday, and it's come up today. Sorry, what day is it today? Wednesday. It'll be on Wednesday, Christina. All right, so that's Christina's hello. And I'll just show you my journals that I finished. They're all completed. So this was the one that we made first of all. And then we made this one. And I haven't named them yet. But I'll go through them all individually. But I'll just finish off and I'll just show you this one. I just want to make sure this is so big, so I'm going to put it like that for a moment so you can see. And I'm going to put this on the top to give you some idea of the size of it, and also my larger scissors, so it'll give you some idea of the size. I will measure it, but that'll just give you some visual aids. So this one, the length of this one, if I turn it up the right way, that is. I hope you're all well. I haven't had any news today about Cheryl, so I'm hoping no news is good news. So if you are watching and you're feeling better, Cheryl, hello. And we're hoping you're feeling a lot better than you were the other day. God bless you, dear. This is 27.5 to the pink, from the pink to the pink, not the lace. If you want it from the lace, it's going to be 28.5, counting that lace there, the white lace there. All right, so that's the width. If you want it in inches, some of you may want it in inches, and it's 10 3/4 from the pink to the pink, and you're talking about 11 1/4 from the edge of the lace to the top of the pink. All right, so that's that. Let's turn around now. I'll have to stand up because I'm not quite sure where's the best place. Okay, well, let's just do it there. Excuse me. I have a little cough. That one's 20 centimeters, going like that and that. That's 20 centimeters, and in inches, it will be roughly, if I can't get my head over it, 8 inches. Okay, I will put the measurements up in the listings below. And I have, by the way, put Cheryl's channel on the last 3 videos. So if you want to go back and find Cheryl's channel where she was, giving us a little talk in the hospital, then you'll find the link down there. That's what I'm trying to say. So here we go then. Let me move things across a little bit. Move my lovely ribbon over there a minute. So I put a bow on here. Whether this will stay on here, I don't know, but I've just put it on now just to make it look pretty. That's what she looks like stood up, and that's what it's like at the bottom. All right, that's the side, and that's the edging. I have put eyelets in. Let me stand up, it'll be a lot easier. I put eyelets in here and an eyelet in there, okay, and that's for the elastic, because I did go with the elastic afterwards. So if I go about by there, I think I should be okay. All right, so I'll sit down a moment because I'll be shouting into the microphone otherwise. So there's our lovely photograph, and that is not a mark, it's his button on his jacket, all right, just so you know. I did watch a video this morning with Chic, and she was making beautiful little flowers with seam binding. So I may have a go at that because I would like to put some flowers across here. Now that's lifting, so let me just get my glue. Might as well do it while we see it. It's had a lot of movement, this journal, so bear with me a moment because I just want to make sure everything's glued down. There we go, I've touched that glue now, but never mind, doesn't matter. So excuse my fingers, I've been painting and doing all kinds of things today. There we are, so that's that, all right. So yes, so if you're interested in making little flowers, they're only about this big, then Chic, and I think it may have been May 2022, but you'll have to go and find her site, Chic. All right, there we go, that's it. So let's see. I think I'm going to move that out the way so you can see it better. Right, there's our tag in the front. All right, she's so big, isn't she? There is a pocket here. I'm going to leave that in there so people will know, and if they want to use that bit of beautiful lace on the pocket, all right. And I put some sari silk on the top there, and I put a word there. I put a word down here, bloom where you're planted, because I thought was appropriate for the garden there. I put some lace up the top there. It's all stitched around the edge, and enjoy every moment up there. Lace across here. Now this I've done, and this you'll be pleased to know is slow stitched. I think you can make it out, but I will lift it up for just a second so you can see. These are slow stitched. The other ones I did were actually machined. All right, so let's get it back into view as best I can because she's so big. All right, and you've seen most of this anyway because now I've just put this on. Yes, you can see. So I've just put this lovely lace down here. I put this pocket on here, and there's nothing in there at the moment. So you could pop a little letter or something in there if you wanted to. Now this is acetate on here with a dried flower that I did. Now this is one of, and I have it ready today so you can see it. And it's called The Ladies of Abbott Fuller Graves by RachandBellaCrafts. Okay, and they're absolutely beautiful. So that's the new kit from RachandBella, and you'll find that on our Etsy shop. Okay, so that's going in there, and I put some lace on there, and I put material with a little bit of lace, and that's our painted bit on the bottom, and our lovely lady on the top. I could not remember that name yesterday. It was a bit of a mouthful anyway, wasn't it? The Ladies of Abbott. The Ladies of Abbott Fuller Graves. Gosh, Rachel, where did you dig that one up? But they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So that's that. Let your light shine on there. And I thought, I'm not going to do anything on that page because I absolutely love it. And it says the Holy Bible. And this one, I popped that one up there. I've just put some material on this one. There you go. All right. And I did pop that one upside down because I don't think that really matters. Put the flower on there. And this one's got some cross stitch on here, which I showed you yesterday as a close-up. I've just put, yeah, I painted that already. That was those lovely paints that I had, which is this. I've got to keep popping up because I don't know whether you're in screen or not. So that was those. Okay. And this is beautiful, absolutely lovely. I didn't put anything on there because they were rather thin, so I left those. And this one I put a little flower on there, a little bit of tulle on there, and I did cover that one with the paper that I painted. Okay, so there's a little bit of writing space in there for those that do like to do their writing. There we are, that's that. And what else have I done? There's a flower on there. I've just put this lovely lace down here because I thought that would bring out the pink on there because I keep forgetting about this little bit that I did here. And that's that is paper behind and material over the top and some of that lovely lacy material on the top there, which I've machine stitched. This one you've seen most of this, all right? And if you're new, hello. And this beautiful lace, this is absolutely gorgeous, this lace. I'm going to come up and show you close up because she's lovely. Okay. So there we are, that's that. And this you saw yesterday. These are the hearts from the kit. And I painted some hearts on the page. And there's some little... this is out of Rachel's kit as well. Rachel from RachandBellaCrafts. And I put little pockets there. I don't know whether you can see them. But there are pockets of vellum pockets here. And that's the middle page. We left that. That's the elastic I've put in. All right. But I did sew in before I put the elastic on, I did sew the signature together, so it's all nicely sewn in, so it's not going to flop about. You can't take the pages out because I've sewn them in. She was so big, I thought that was the best way to go. So this one's said, it is well with my soul. These are the flip up ones that Rose did with her journals and time. I've linked everything at the bottom of today's video, which has gone up today. I've got to get my head around this now. Wednesday's video, and all the links for Cheryl, Roxy Creations, Amity Bloom, and Journals and Time are all down there ready on today's video. Not this one, but today's video, which will be yesterday. And I put that one in there. Okay, and so did the kit. Oh, I made this morning, and I did a ruffle and used some of that paper that I did with the top of the, and I went along like that with the paint. Okay, did a ruffle, and then I put the heart on there that we made yesterday, and I don't know whether you can see it popping up and down like a yo-yo, aren't I? So there you go, and I've sewn through the heart as well there to keep it on. And I didn't like that bit there, so I went down and I did some splashes of paint down there like we did on those pieces of paper. Okay, and these have been machine stitched, zigzag down the middle. Another little piece on there, bit of lace down the side. I think she turned out really pretty afterwards. This one, that one's in there, the same as the other one, and that goes in a vellum pocket there. A little bit of tulle bow on there and some lace at the bottom. Can you see that? Probably not. That's that, and that comes out like that. So that's that. It's so big, isn't it? But there we are. More lace on that one. Oh, I need to address that one. I need to put some more glue on that one. That's shifted, look, so, okay. That was probably putting this in. I probably hit it. That's one of the tags that I made today. Or I machine stitched them today. I've done the stitching around here. All right, and that goes in the top there. Yeah, I'm going to have to sort that out. Okay, that'll be sorted before it goes in the Etsy shop. And what have I done here? I put some of that paper that we painted there and there with lace at the bottom. And the other heart, the big heart I had left, yeah, you can see, I put on here with those two little cards that I showed you I had. And they're really sweet. So they've gone in there. And I put a little flower on there. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer, Romans 12. Choose happiness. And that's out of Rachel's, that one there is of Rachel's Ladies of Abbott. Okay, and that's some of the gold that I painted. And I just made this pocket. And this tag, I put a flower on there, the ones I was showing you yesterday, with two little hearts at the bottom. And I put a little tab on the top. And that's going in there. And I've done the lady in the garden on here with some lace. And same there with the elephant, as Rose pointed out. It was an elephant. I don't know whether you can make it out. It looked like a jug to me, but no, it isn't. It's because the flowers are covering the legs, look. So it is an elephant, and it's a beautiful elephant. So that's another one that I've done. So that goes in there like so. And I've just put a little tab on here that I made out of that paper that I painted with a heart that I painted, and I've just stitched across it. And that's the last one. And that one says, always be kind. So they're all, and beautiful lace pocket on the back. So that's the pink journal, and she's beautiful. I absolutely love her. So I think I took that one out and showed you, didn't I? Yeah, I did. So I love these pockets. So she's all done. I finished her off off camera because she was just going on and on and on. I won't tie the bow now, so I'll just put her over there. And this is my doily that I'm going to use in my slow stitch. So let's have a look at this one, and this one should be easier to get in view. All right, so if I come down here a little bit, it's got a sari silk tie, which I'm not sure is going to stay on or not. We've got this lovely little lady on the front, and that was out of one of Rachel's kits. I'm not sure which one it is because it's a long time since I've done this. And that's in there, just tucked in there, and you can take it out if you want to. And that's a tag I made. Excuse me. That's got a little pin in with some lace. I'm going to go quickly because it takes forever for them to upload. So this, oh, that's what I'm trying to do. All right, so that goes in that little pocket. Lovely papers. And I'll list all the names of the papers. This is Ruby and Pearl, I believe, because when I was working on this, I was doing quite a bit of Ruby and Pearl. That's from RachandBella's, I think. It's got some embossing paper on there and some of the papers from Ruby and Pearl there. Some embossing paper there with a little charm at the top and some tulle. Some lace on there as a tab. That's Ruby and Pearl. That's just coffee paper. Ruby and Pearl again. That's Rachel's from RachandBellaCrafts. These are her actual laces that she has, which are vintage, I'm going to say, because I'm not sure whether they're vintage or antique, but I'll say vintage, and they're absolutely stunning. So that's that. That comes out like that. That's from my dad's beautiful gardening book. That's another Ruby and Pearl. That one is too. And this has got lovely lace down the side and some lovely ladies from the other set that Rachel did. William John Morris, is that the right name? William John Morris, I think. Rose will put me right. There's my little curtain over this lovely little lady. And it's got gold stitch in there that I did by hand. Yeah, you're on a screen, that's good. Right, so we can carry on. They're both, and this one is elastic as well. But you can take these in and out. They can come in. I did sew that one in because it was such a big journal. I thought it'd be a little bit cumbersome. You can take out the signature, but you can't take the signatures out of, you know, they're all sewn in together. Coffee paper, some craft paper. That's some beautiful lace that I had. That's another one of the ladies. And that is a tuck, actually. So if you wanted to tuck a little prayer or something in there, or a letter, you could. And there's another one of those. And that goes in there. And I have done videos of these, so if you want to go back and have a look at my videos, you'll find these. And that's just a little, that's a little pocket there. I'll just get that. And that, you can put something in there, look. Okay. Lace down the sides, lovely lace pocket here on my dad's gardening book again. And these are watercolours, these. Not my watercolours, but watercolours in the book. Isn't she beautiful? Put some lace down the bottom of here, thinking of her lovely lace dress. Some lovely antique lace down the sides there. And get that off. Oh, I've just put some silky sari silk on there, and this is just a little flip up with lots of, you can either use them in the journal or you can leave it in there like so. I thought that would be nice touch in there. More lovely lace on there, another little tuck there, and I popped that postcard in that one. Kind words cost nothing. Absolutely true. Little tab on there. And another little pocket that I made there. And there is room actually for something to go down in there if you wanted to. Alright. and another little flippy up thing there. And that is a material, but it's, I photocopied it and then I embossed the back or the front over the top of the paper. So it does actually look like material. So that, I thought that was cute. Little tab on there of lace. Another one, that's another one of my dad's pictures out of his lovely book. I better make myself something with those pictures, hadn't I? Otherwise I'm never going to have them. And that's the end of the journal. That's that. And that's that. Okay, and there's a lovely pocket on the back. And that's how she looks. And that's the bottom. And that's the edge. So let me just measure this one. And she's 14.5 centimetres by 22.5, or, no, I did have inches on there. 8 3/4 there, inches, and you can say 5 3/4. All right, so that's that one. I'm only rushing a bit because if I make this too long, then I can't get it to upload. So here we are. This is the little one. As I say, I haven't named them yet. This has got a material. I meant to say too that is material here, and so is this. Threads everywhere. All right, so that's beautiful, beautiful material with metal edgings, corners on that one. And this one, that's Vita from Ukraine. So if you love these, like them, pop over to Vita's Etsy shop and you'll find lots of things like this on there. And it was lovely because I was worrying about being able to use these because they are quite, you know, the depth of them is quite deep for going inside the journal. So I thought, oh, let's put it on the front. So there she is. This is a little teeny weeny one. She's lovely. She feels absolutely gorgeous. So let me give you the measurements before I forget, because I'll probably shoot off. 4 1/4, I would say, maybe not quite 4 1/2. That there is 2 1/4. And where am I going? The length is 5 3/4, and centimeters is, I would say, 11, and 15 length, and 6 wide. Okay, so that's the measurements on that one. A little bit of sari on there. Okay, now I'll just stand up a minute so I know where to put this. There we are. I'm going to put it there. All right, so we've got lace on here, we've got lace down the sides. This is a doily that I bought the other day, and I've stitched it all together before I actually stuck it down. I think I told you that in the video. All right, so that's the back. She's really pretty, I love her. So there we go. Oh, that's a little bit of a doily. That's got some tulle underneath it. And I've hand stitched that round there, and it's got machine stitching around the edge as well. Okay, and this is a fabric pocket, by the way. Put some lace down the edging of that. Now these, it's so long since I've made this. I'm trying to remember whose these are. Possibly Ruby and Pearl. I'm not sure about that. I know that's Ruby and Pearls. That's a little tag I made, a little pocket with some lace on, some lace down the edge in there, like little shells. I put a little cluster on there with a button and some hand stitching. Let me just, can you see the hand stitching? So it's just a running stitch. More lace there, lace pocket, and lovely little tag that. That's one of Rachel's, from RachandBellaCrafts ladies. That's in one of her older ones. So if you want to know what they are, just let me know, and I'll do my best to find out. I'm not sure where this one's come from either. It's off the same page as the other one, I think. That's something I just did with these fabric paints. Trimmets Crafty Bits Pine Green, and it's fabric paint, and I bought that in haberdashery in a material shop. I've done a little gold bow there, and that's material and some lace, and I've just put a little flower on there over the top of the bow. I thought that was quite a nice touch. All right, some lace on here with a button, 2 pieces of lace on that one. It's a little cluster on here. Yep. All right, that's the material with the rose on. And that's a material butterfly as well. Just pop those in there. Might put that in the front actually. That looks sweet, doesn't it? Little birdies on there. And 2 in here. That's just a bit of writing space. So I just pop that down in there. And that over the top. My favourite floral fabric sample, that says. And that's from Amity Bloom. I know that one is. Possibly, maybe that behind is as well. Because you can recognise Amity Bloom straight away, can't you? I'm not sure where this has come from. I'm ever so sorry. It's so long since I made this. This is just something I had in my stash. And I thought it was quite, you know, nice to play with. There's a little tag there. That's sweet, isn't it? I put a little cut out circle on there. Just to add interest. Some lace on that one. This is a belly band. And a little bit of lace at the top with some lace down here. And that is fabric. That's a fabric tag over the top. Just get that off. Stay there forever otherwise. Now let me just get this back in, because you forget where they go otherwise. Isn't this beautiful? This is the one out of RachandBellaCrafts lace. You know, it's a recent one that she's put up. It looks so familiar, and yet I don't know where I got it from. But I'm sure it's probably, I don't know, I can't remember. It's probably Ruby and Pearl, I would imagine. I think if you look on Ruby and Pearls, you probably see this. I've done some stitching around the edge of the photograph. Some lace on here, 2 lots of lace. And it's actually put on some material, look. All right? And that's another little cluster with a button and some lace and material. Lace down the edge of there. Some more of Rachel's lace. Lovely little cluster here. I love this journal. With a button on. Very tactile. Beautiful lace down there. I've run out of this now, which I'm sad about. Little bow on there with some cotton. Can you see? There's that lace there, look. Isn't it gorgeous? It's a sweet little journal, this. And I've painted over that. That is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Butterfly up here. Now this is material again, and I've just put a little bit of lace at the bottom there. Made a little tag there. Lace on there with one out of Rachel's kit, I think. It's either Rachel or Ruby and Pearl, I'm not sure which. Oh, some lace down the edge in there. Lots of lace in this. I've certainly depleted my lace making these 3 journals, I can say. Bit of lace on there. I'm losing my voice. Same lace that's down here on this tag. That's material. That's out of our shop. Another little tag there. Lots of tags in this one. Okay. With some material which has been dyed. I think that was beetroot, I think I did that with. And I painted leaves on there, on the stripes. All right, where are we? Let's see. That is actually a picture that I've cut out, one of Rachel's, and puts 2 lots of lace down here, and that beautiful paper. I'm going to say ruby and pearl. I'm pretty sure it's ruby and pearl, and if it isn't, Rachel will put me right. So if it's one of hers, because it's only been those 2 I've been using, I think. More material and a little label there. She's quite chubby, this one, isn't she? Lovely little cluster there with a button on. Another tag. I did enjoy making this journal, I have to say. And I think my next journal is going to be a prayer journal, because a lady did ask me if I'd be making another one. So yes, I will be making another one. But I think I'm going to do it in blue, because I think I've exhausted myself with all the pinks. So that's a pretty little tag there. And that's the end of the journals. So that's my 3 journals that are going up in my shop after this video. And she's so sweet. She just does up so nicely. No problem at all. So that's that one. This one. And the big fella. This one. So you can see the sizes. All right. And I'll show you again with the small scissors on there, so you can see. And there we go. So thank you for bearing with me and going through all these journals. And I'll catch up with you. Let me just move it all down. There we go. Catch up with you tomorrow when I shall be starting something new. I think I'm going to do my embroidery block tomorrow with you, and we'll work through it together. So God bless you all. Take care and look after yourselves, and thank you for watching. Bye.